Well, one of the men accused in the murder of Longview businessman Ron Haraney was officially arraigned in court today.
The man's charged with capital murder, and today his attorney entered a preliminary plea of not guilty. 87-year-old Reza Kamali was arrested back on May 30th. Law enforcement believe he was the person who hired a hitman for the crime. Kamali was in Judge Alfonso Charles' court today for an arraignment hearing ahead of the official plea hearing.
How does your client plead with these charges this time? Not guilty. Plead not guilty will be innocent.
Kamali is one of 3 men accused in the murder of Ron Haraney back in 2016. The man accused of actually carrying out the murder is 38-year-old Alfredo Liscano from Garland. He was arrested after Kamali. Liscano is set to appear for arraignment on his capital murder charge on August 30th. Rene Garcia is also charged in connection with the murder.